Hi guys, it's Ray. We are starting a new cup today. I'm already wondering what the hell I was thinking, and I haven't even started. I have a 20-ounce skinny prepped black. I'm going to get my turner turned on. I have 20 mLs of resin mixed up. I have my touch of rose diamond dust, which I'm going to put just a tiny bit into the resin. You know, on one of these sample ice cream scoops, like that much. And actually, I'm going to put that much back in the container. I don't think I want quite that much. So, I'm going to mix that in the resin. And I have no idea what we're going to call this cup. In my head, it's stunning. It could be terrible. Who knows? So, get that all incorporated, and we're gonna get this mixed on here. Wow, that is beautiful over a black. I don't think I've had the touch of rose a diamond dust over black yet. I grabbed the imitation gold leaf flakes in copper. I'll link to these on Amazon below. You get 3 colors. But I grabbed those. I broke some up into a little cup so I don't have like enormous pieces. And I am just going to drop them right in that resin. Try and break them up a little bit as I go so that it's going to look like little chunks of copper. The copper is almost a rose gold in this particular brand, which I really like because it makes it more versatile than if it was copper. So, and these are going to lay down as it goes somewhat, is my hope. Anyways. I have to decide if I want more. I'm just going to kind of pat them and break them up a little bit because some of these are still big clusters. And I'm thinking if I get a little resin on my glove, it'll pick up the clusters and break them apart rather than adding more and more and more and more. So, like that's quite a large chunk. And I don't want them in large chunks because they'll end up sticking way out of the resin anyways. I'm just gonna run my hand. This is also breaking some of them up into smaller pieces, which is fine. Because I don't want it all to be big pieces, but I don't want it all to be small pieces either. So, that's that. And I think I'm going to take this even one step further, and I'm going to take this glove off. But I'm going to grab my Rose Gold Goddess glitter, and I am just going to not use a ton, but I'm just going to kind of feather some of it in a couple of swirls just to give it a little something extra because it don't have enough going on yet. And I'll just let that kind of spread out wherever it wants to go. I may even just come in with that stick again and Just kind of move it a little bit so it's not so clumped. And I also do want to move a tiny bit of that to the bottom as well. So, I had honestly kind of thought about taking it even one step further and grabbing that alloy ink and adding it to this, but I think I'm going to resist. I'm going to let this set up for, I use liquidy split, so in about an hour I could come back in with another coat of resin, because this is going to need a flood coat because of these flakes just sitting on top. But so in about an hour I'll give it another coat, and I'm going to come up with some that's where we're at so far. Okay, so I'm going to finish up this cup. What it was originally made for just was not going to work. So I switched gears, decided just a somewhat simple decal is all this really needs. So I cut my decal, and well, this week has just been fantastic. Like, I know I struggle in general, but like if it can go wrong or I'm out of it or whatever, it is happening. I'm using the beautiful HTV metallic vinyl, and yeah, 20 minutes into, not 20 minutes, but whatever, into cutting, I look at my machine and it's just all over the mat. I have no Cricut mats that stick anymore, so I am back to taping stuff down, because that's where I'm at. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to get more, so good times, good times. But at any rate, this cup, what I was originally intended didn't work, and I wanted it simple, but not like overly simple, because it's such an impactful cup to begin with. So I decided to layer the metallic vinyls. That's why I still have this on here. I'm hoping it's going to make it easier to layer, because this is big. It's maybe too big, but and I may end up doing this in sections, because I don't want to screw it up, because I don't want to cut it again, because I already wasted far too much of this copper paper as it is. Not paper, vinyl. You know what I mean. So, I'm going to go ahead and put another layer of transfer tape over this, so that it's back to one piece. So I'm just going to lay that on there. It's Cricut mat shot anyways, so what difference does it make? Alright. I get asked this a lot, and I never say it, or I don't say it enough. I use the clear medium tack from 143 vinyl. This one does not have a name in the roll. This is an old one. This is the newer roll. I think they're comparable. I don't know if they're in fact the same exact product, but this one actually says Style Tech inside. So I guess it would be Style Tech clear medium. But that's what I use for transfer tape. I've been asked like 6 times in the last week, and I think I've answered everybody that's asked, but I'm not sure. So this I sanded the heck out of, put another coat on. I started this video so long ago, I don't remember what the videos already say. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. I will try and catch it in edits, but that doesn't always happen. So I'm going to, and this is going to take up a good portion of this, but that's fine because it's, while it's beautiful, it doesn't really have like, oh my god, a ton going on. So this took a ton of sanding, by the way. I should have really worked harder at breaking up the it's funny applying this decal in the mood I'm kind of in, because I've been feeling anything but positive in this room. So that piece is still good. I have used pieces of this transfer tape up to, I think, 25 times when I was doing like multiples of the same thing. So when it's a bigger piece like that, I usually keep it on the roll. Smaller pieces, I just stick like wherever, because I'll tend to grab a small piece if I only need a small piece, and I'll tend to grab a used piece before I'll take a fresh piece off the roll, because I don't like to waste it. Even though it's not that expensive, it's $9.99 or something for the 30-foot roll, but I like that it doesn't come with a backing. If you're somebody that sells decals, it's not going to work for you unless you can cut your decal itself big enough to hold the transfer tape on the vinyl's backing. But typically when you're making decals, you're packing stuff so tight on the vinyl that that doesn't work. So that transfer tape is definitely not for vinyl or decal makers. You know, decals for sale, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Shut up, Ray. So I'm going to make sure this is on there really, really well. I liked this color because, and I don't know if the camera picks it up, but that glitter that I put on there has that like pink to it. So there we go. I'm going to get this over to the turner and we will get a coat of epoxy on it. Alright, let's get the last coat of epoxy on here. It'll be the last coat if the decals cover, which usually with these metallics I do, so should be the last coat. This cup's already thick enough. So let's get to it. Alright, so I'm going to bring you down, give you a better look at it, and that'll be it. Look how pretty this is. That vinyl. I absolutely love this. I think it is stunning. The bottom's just got like one chunk, but there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.